Hi, it's me again, Jerry. On today's episode, we try to give example using the concept of interface and polymorphism. Okay, we work on this problem. We're going to design a school app that handles school records. When we say school records, it may be employees, it may be students, and we need to display the initial thoughts of students and even instructor is an employee at the start of academic year. So the idea here is they have two identical methods, but they perform differently when executed. This would be my concept of how we're going to execute our application. School app will be associated with school record, but school record does not really affect school app. It's the school app who uses school record. And in the case of student and instructor, they will share a common method, which is the get school initial thoughts and show fun. Okay, so instructor and student are two separate objects, but they uses an interface and implements the interface person, which has two methods: get school initial thoughts and show fun. Student and instructor also have a common ID and name. So by the end of the application can show student initial thoughts and idea of fun, and the same time it is adjustable, wherein you could also show the idea of fun and the initial thought of an instructor at the start of academic year. Okay, let us start. Let us use Eclipse. So this is the same workspace that we have created. We just launch it. Okay, so here you could see the name of our project, which is tutorial. It has nothing on it except the default. Now the first thing that we need to do, let me adjust my screen. So the first thing that we need to do is to design these three as our object on our application. You click Spring Tutorial, right click it, new package. Okay. So I'm going to name my package as com dot. The name of com is the domain name extension. Could be edu for education, org for organization, or a simply .com website that you could see. Jerry Esperanza is the name of the company, and school app is the name of the application, and domain is the domain object, the name of the package wherein we store our domain objects. This is the typical setup of naming work packages, but the thing that you need to understand to avoid conflict with the name of different Java objects, you use all the letters in small letter. Let us finish this one. Okay, so first thing we need to plot is the person. So new, instead of class, we use interface. Like this one. As far as we remember on our discussion of the theoretical aspect of interface, interface does not have an implementation body. It is just a declaration saying that the student and the instructor will use this person, wherein it consists of two methods that needs to be executed. You say public, so we're done doing the interface. Now we create the two objects, student and instructor. So from your package, work package, okay, you right click again, new. This time it is a class. But our student class is going to use an interface. So you need to click this add. And from here, you need to choose an interface. The interface for that would be person. Just type person. Here it is. Okay, you click add. Okay, so it's already there. Click finish. Okay, so if you get an error like this, never mind. We just save this first, so you won't see the error coming out. Here you would see automatically that the two methods that we have declared on person interface type were included here in the student objects. Since we need to say what would be the initial thoughts of a student at the start of school year, let me remove this comment. Let us say, feel very excited to meet new friends. Okay. And the idea of fun, let us say, playing arcade games in the mall. So we're done with the student object. Now we do the instructor object. Okay, let us save it. So far we are through with the three objects. Next on our list is to plot the school record. So our school record consists of an ID and a name. How do we do that? ID, name, and a person object. So we generate the setters and getters. Source, generate getters and setters, select all, generate. So we're done doing the school record. Now we do our school app. Under school app, we're going to separate this to another package. So let us say right click, new package. From Cherry school app. This would be the app itself. Finish. Okay. Now we create the object for school app that will instantiate all the objects. So new class, that would be school. Click the public static void main, so we will no longer type this one. Finish. Okay. So we remove this one. Okay, so the game plan here is I will create object. I will create object of my choice. Create school record object. Put data in school record. Print data in school record. So this would be our step-by-step on how to apply school app. On my first task, I will create the object of my choice. Let us say, I'll say here student. That would be student. The new student. Okay. So there is an error here. So you just hover your mouse here because you cannot see the student object because it's located on other package. You just hover your mouse and import student. Okay. Hey Jerry, how do we apply the concept of interface? So we could say here, a student is a person. Let us say we put here person as a student. The person is not present, so we include that also. Import person. So we're saying here that the choice of my object of a person is a student. That is why I put here student. Or okay, or I would say that this person of choice is just simple person, and that person is a student. So we're done with that. Then we create a school record. So how do we do that? We create school record. We name this one record. That would be new school record. Okay, so you notice the red indicator always comes up because it always look for this record. So since we need everything on this package, you might as well delete this item and just say that you need to include all. So you just put asterisk. So everything that is stored here will be included on this application. So we're done with this one. Now we put data on the record. So my object of choice for now is a student. So I will put the data on student. So I will say record type set ID. I will say here 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the ID. The name, set name, and the name would be John. And the person would be record set person, and that person would be a person, which is the student, correct? And now I need to print the school record. And what is that? So I will say here, sys out, control space, to print the ID, for the ID, you get the ID, sys out, control space, record, get name, so how do we get the initial thought? So the first thing you need to do is to get the person. After that, person has get initial thoughts. The same we do on show font. Okay, so this would be our program. Looks good to me. Let us save it and run. As Java application. This would be our output. Okay. What if I change this to a instructor? So this is the initial thoughts of a student. What if I change this to instructor? You save this one and then run it. So you have the thoughts of an instructor for this one.